a really good job. Every time Fred's in at tackle, when he's had to spell Lane or Jordan, he's just done a really nice job. I'm really happy to have him back because we really trust Fred. And so I think that talk was just about, hey, how do we get him on the field? It's like how you would want to get a receiver on the field or a tight end on the field or a running back on the field like Tank. Same thing with Fred. Like, he's done such a good job. He's been so productive when he's been in. We're just trying to find a way to get him on the field, and he's been really productive in that aspect as well. And so it's just about trying to put your players in positions to succeed and getting your best 11 out there for whatever you're seeing that week.
What do you like about the way Tank runs the football, and how good of a compliment is he for Saquon?
I think what you see with Tank, obviously, there's a reason we traded for him. Really, really explosive runner. And we see that all the time in practice. And as he's caught up to our system and everything that we do and learning it, he's gotten more opportunities, and it's been fun to see him run with the football. But I wouldn't say it's a surprise with how he looked today, because we obviously saw that in Jacksonville, reason why how we went and got him. And then we see it in practice every day, where you're like, hey, we got to get this guy some touches, and he's made the most of these opportunities. I mean, I think he's averaging over 10 yards a carry in 2 games now. Not a ton of carries as of yet, but we know we can count on him, and because he can run violently, he can make you miss, he's explosive, he can hit a home run. So I'm excited about what he brings to the table.
Is it good at all? I mean, you confirmed that there were much more diverse number of run calls in the game plan, and you guys got to them obviously because of the success there. Why this week did you guys like to?
Yeah, the game goes differently each week. When you're able to be efficient in the run game, you can get more runs called. I know that will, it's like, as you're efficient in the pass game and in the run game, obviously you get more runs called through it where you can get to all of it. That doesn't mean we haven't had them in. It just means that maybe they haven't been used because of way the game has went. So we want to be diverse in those. We also need to know, what our, here it comes run is. Like, hey, not everything's on the line. Here's our go-to one in that aspect as well. So, but it was an opportunity to get more called today, and that's why you see some of the diversity that you got.
2 more, please.
In terms of the offensive balance today, was this the best effort you've seen from this offense all season? Could it get better?
Yeah, I think we always can get better. There's no doubt. Again, we like that balance. We've had a lot of success with that balance that we were able to have today. Anytime you run for over 200 yards, that's a good feeling, tough feeling for the other side, and a good feeling for us when you can control the game like that. To get out of a 2nd and 31 with a 35-yard carry that was huge, and it was a good run and good blocking up front.
As far as the red zone offense, who kind of handles that during the week? Was there an effort this offseason to be more creative in that area? And have you seen
Have we been bad in that area?
No, but it's been.
We've been in the top. I think we've been in the top 10 for the past 4 years. So
I frame it that way because
yeah.
We're seeing plays we haven't seen down there before.
Yeah. Well, obviously also down there when they've stopped the run, we've had to do different things. So we've been good in the red zone, like I said, for the past 4 years. I think we've been in the top 10 every year, and been, I think, in the top 5 a couple of those years. But it's a group effort, as everything is. Who's in charge of the run game? Group effort. Who's in charge of 3rd down? Group effort. Who's in charge of 1st and 2nd down? Group effort. Who's in charge of the red zone? Group effort. And so, but ultimately, Kevin has to call the plays that he feels that give us the best chance to win there, and succeed there. He's got to be able to adjust and adapt if you get behind the sticks down there. I think we've done a good job of being efficient down there, though, because it is hard to convert on 3rd and long down there. And what we've done has been efficient in both the pass and the run down there, even though maybe we haven't had the 10-yard runs or anything down there, but we've kept the ball moving forward. And Jalen's played really good football down there. And Dallas has obviously been really good down there.
How satisfying is it when you, as a defense, Jackson beat you guys with his legs a lot
last game. You come back this game and don't let them beat you that way. How satisfying is that as a
Yeah,
staff?
that was a big emphasis, but he still made some plays. But we did a good job of containing it and getting sacks this time. I thought that we did a good job of getting pressure, but I thought we did a really good job in the secondary covering and matching routes, where it made them hold the ball a little bit. So I think that's just such a staple of Vic Fangio defense is, excuse me, is the way we match routes, the different ways we match routes. But that takes smart players and good players in the secondary. So all the credit goes to our players. How we getting those good players in here? Just again, I know when you go through a win like this, you want to give praise here and there, but this was a good team win that took everybody.
All right, that's it.
Thank you.
Thanks. Jalen will be in shortly.
How important was it for you guys to be efficient in both the run and the pass game today?
Very important. Very important. I think we've been having a desire. We've had a desire to stay on schedule and be better in first and second down, really first down. And man, those guys up front, they played their tails off. Really good in the combo blocks and getting movement in the run game. And then Saquon being Saquon, when he had those opportunities, he took the most, made the most of them and take advantage of them. And then Tank coming in and running as hard as he did. I think those things kind of when you're able to run the ball efficiently like that, it kind of gives you a flow a bit. And so proud of how we were able to run the ball, and I'm proud of how we were able to make plays and win in the red zone and take advantage of those opportunities there too.
When Saquon goes 65 yards on the second or third play of the game, I mean, what does that do for the psyche of the team? Did it feel a little maybe like last year when he was able to do that consistently?
We're not looking at I definitely don't look at it that way. It's about looking within and saying, well, what can we be better at? And I've used the word leverage. How are we leveraging ourselves? We came out and we did some different things that we hadn't done before, and Saquon hit it with a full head of steam. Those guys blocked it up front, and Tate did the same. And so we just want to have that balance. Want to be able to utilize every piece of what we have, whether that's in the spread, whether that's under center, however it is. 12 personnel, 11 personnel, 21, 13. Just being able to go out there and present these different things and have variations off of it.
Now that there's been more under center for a few weeks now, how does that help you? How does that help that balance, especially with the running game?
I think when you have more variety and you have different variations of what you do, you definitely can build off of that. And so I think the best of them usually are able to attack people in different ways, and they can pick their poison in that. And I do think that element of what we do, it has always done something for us. And we just want to continue to build off of that. I enjoy being under center and being able to complement things within our run game and find a flow. But ultimately, I think it's about finding a flow in what you do. It's not necessarily, you stick a guy under center or you're playing from the shotgun or you're in the pistol. It's about what are you doing when you're under center. How are we leveraging what we do? How are we leveraging the guys? What guys, what spots are we putting guys when we're in these different positions? And so we just want to continue to build off of it. Obviously, a big time for us is always going into the bye week and being able to assess that and have a reset a bit and build forward.
When you're without your top receiver, how does that change the game plan?
Well, I point towards those guys that came in and stepped up and made big-time plays when a number was called, and it's definitely a different rhythm because you get a flow of playing, with AJ and Smitty and Dallas, and you have your crew. The way that they stepped in, Jahan made that big-time play towards the end of the game, kind of put a dagger in the game. Coop just going out there and kind of knocking the dust off a bit. I know he hadn't been available. Mitch out there playing hard, and then obviously Smitty. I think all those things are good, but when you're able to run the ball like we did, it creates more of a balance and free will of how we attack people.
Evolution, Jay. When you have a new offensive coordinator, which you've had, 7 in the last 8 years, it takes a while for not just you, but the entire offense to sort of find that flow and that rhythm. And I think it was Jordan said we had to figure out what we can do and what we can't do with this team.
I don't think there's anything that we can't do. It's a matter of are we working towards it and working in it the right way. So I look at it that way. And then to your initial question, there's always that period where you go through it. And as a quarterback, I embrace that. And it's obviously my responsibility in it. I will be the first one that everyone looks at with that, and that's something I accept, but it's a collective in that and trying to build it out. And there's a natural kind of onboarding and processing period of put things together so you can be what you want to be. And so there's a culmination of time, experiences together, and then communication that you all merge together so you can get it to where you want to be. And as I've said, you know, you look at the different years that we've been, different years that we've played ball. You know, you go from 21 to 22, you got the, you got the same chefs in the kitchen, and then every other year after that is different, and there's always a period of trying to figure things out a bit. And so that's something that I've accepted throughout my career at this point, and I know what it is. It's just having a relentless mentality, a relentless approach, and enduring, the times where you are getting there to where you want to be, because it's always there. It's just got to be persistent in it.
The reason you are able to do this with Kevin, what stands out to you most about him as an OC and a play caller?
Well, I think he's gained confidence and gained assurance in what he sees and what he believes as time has gone on. And so, again, I look at how are we helping him? How are we playing penalty free? Are we mastering the things that take no talent? Are we getting in and out of the huddle? The little things that can help all of us and help the play caller find the rhythm in what he does. And so we're very critical of that. I'm very critical of that. That's always something that I'm talking about. But we just want to continue to build. And he's been rolling.
With the red zone this year, what has Dallas added in this particular system that were caught this many touchdowns?
Well, I think he's a hell of a player. He's a big time target, and in a sense, he's due. He does a lot of dirty work in this offense, and we've had a lot of different opportunities that we've always had within, I guess, Nick and the OCs that have come over time that just haven't got called. So some of those things are getting called, and he's taking advantage of those opportunities. And I think KP kind of has a really good feel in the red zone.
You guys have said for the last few weeks that you are getting close to having a breakout game. What was kind of like the difference today, do you think? And I mean, is that a culmination of your belief that yes, you are getting close to having a game like this?
Well, we're always becoming. We're always in this process of becoming. It's the reality of it. The goal is to be playing your best ball at the end of the season, and there's a process that you have to go through to get that. There are going to be tests along the way, but you have to embrace those challenges as they come, and I think we do that as a group. And so there's a focus to do that. And you saw a lot of guys make big time plays today and step up in different roles that they traditionally are not asked to do so. Brett taking full command up front, leading the way. You couldn't ask for anything more when he comes in and he does that. He knows the game. He knows what we do, and all those guys out wide doing the same thing. And so just want to continue to play clean ball. I can't talk about the running backs enough, how they played. It's just playing team football and playing together, really playing together, having a bit of mess and flow to what we do.
After a perfect QB rating last week, after a perfect rating last week, you have 4 touchdowns today. That matches a career high. Are you heating up? Are you playing your best ball? How would you explain that?
I definitely got a lot of work to do. I think the best is yet to come.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.